So yesterday I was doing some gel printing to make shorts, and one of the ones I made was this one, and when I saw it I got inspired. So I'm going to put this image that I drew onto this, and I thought of all the different techniques that we've got that we could do this with, I'm going to stick to the simplest and just do it applique with free motion embroidery. So I'm going to show you how I do that. So the first thing we need to do is go over our outlines in black so that it's going to shine through the fabric, so we can mark the image onto our white fabric that I'm going to do the character out of. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll show you from that point onwards. Okay, so I've got my scrap fabric and my good old faithful water soluble pen, and we're going to go and draw. So if the lines are not dark enough, or if the fabric's slightly thicker, then you might want to hold it up to a window, or if you have a light box, even better. But for this one, it's thin enough that I can just see through to trace it. Alright, so step one is to iron all of our bits of fabric. Right, so I've cut out my little figure, and I've got my strips of iron-on hemming tape. Incredibly useful stuff. If you have applique paper, then obviously you can use that, but I don't have any at the moment, so I'm using this instead, and it works just as well. Because for this applique, I just need it to be held in place as opposed to stuck down. I'm going to stitch around the edges, so it's all good. This is a perfect product for that. If I can just get it into place. Right. So let's get that piece I cut off. The only thing with the hemming tape is it's easy to lose, and then you end up ironing it onto your ironing board by mistake, which is not a great idea. Anyway, past troubles aside. Right, so now I'm going to put just a little piece behind the head and little pieces behind the arms, just to make sure those guys stay in place while I'm stitching. Start with the arms. No. Now this is pretty obvious, but I'm going to say it anyway. When you're ironing on your applique paper or your hemming tape like this, you obviously can't have the steam function operating on your iron, because it'll interfere with the tape, and also if you've, like me, you've done your designs on your water-soluble fabric, you're going to regret it. So yeah, make sure the steam setting is set to off before you start ironing. I am speaking from experience. I think you'll just quickly iron something and you end up destroying half your project. Okay, anyway, back to that. Alright, so my little figure is ironed into place, and now we go into the free motion embroidery. Right, so what I've got here is adhesive tearaway backing, which is a great product, because for something like this, where I've done it on such a small piece of fabric, I'm going to struggle to get this into an embroidery hoop. So the best alternative is this stuff. I'll show you now how I'm going to use that. So I can just see where my figure is through the fabric, which is very handy. So I'll stitch that on there, and then my 2 pieces, just cut them in half and just do one for each hand, because with all those little fingers the fabric's definitely going to need some support under that stitching. You can also hold it up to the light. My camera focuses. Yeah, you can hold it up to the light and then you can see where your little hands are. Figure. Well, I can see where the little hands are of my figure, should I say. Right, so that one, let's just reinforce that. Right, let's get stitching. Alright, set up for the machine for free motion embroidery. As always, our feed dogs here, the fabric guides are down, so they're not engaged. I've got black thread in my top, sewing thread in my top and bobbin. I'm using a darning foot today, just because that's the one that happens to be on the machine. I'm set to straight stitch, and my tension is slightly looser than normal. And my needle is in the middle. I'll put that little pocket in, I think it's quite sweet. And then I can just see I need to finish that and do a little line there. So I'm going to add those details. Spritz it with some water. And then I'll put it on the radiator to dry. Yeah, then we've got a quick little image, applique image onto gel plated background. And that's that for today's project. I hope you enjoyed that. As always, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next week for another exciting tutorial. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.